Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of the casino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends I like to call stars. In fact, there's one now. You probably know Lions Down, Steve Carey show. Whose line is anyway? Black Hawk Down.
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Brian.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
He's just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten up. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Movie was a buddy of mine, and one of my regrets in life is that I didn't spend enough time with this dude. Brilliant man who created one of the most brilliant movies of all time called The Stuntman. And a woman from that movie who played the little the makeup chick. Do you remember The Stuntman?
I don't remember it. Mark probably does.
Yeah. Well, if his mic was on, then he could probably tell us, Tattoo Dave. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
As Steve Brown's back and
boy, that music sounds loud. Woo! Sharon Farrell played the sort of Randy, as those across the pond would call her, meaning that sexually charged makeup lady who I've been wanting to have on the show for several years, but and our former producer, Lori Downey Jr., became friends with her on Facebook, and she asked me, would you like Sharon Farrell on the show? And I said, hell yeah. Love to talk to her about that incredible movie. Well, she's dead. Oh. Sharon Farrell, that randy, sexually charged little makeup gal from Stuntman, is dead, and 82. I had no stinking idea. How is it everyone gets older but me? How is that, Dave? Tattoo Dave?
I think you're getting old. You're just denying it.
she was seriously cute.
Oh, Sharon Farrell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, you know, see, it was cast so perfectly because she was so opposite of Barbara Hershey, who was drop dead friggin' sex.
Love Barbara Hershey.
Oh, they're just drop dead. And she was, of course, the feminine phenom in that movie. She was also known for Lone Wolf McQuade, Can't Buy Me Love, Hawaii Five-0, Young and the Restless.
The Entity.
Well, yeah, but the movie I know her from is The Stuntman, and she was the greatest. I mean, she was with Steve McQueen in some movies and other greats. But my God, 82 years old. Now, this is the part that sort of blows my mind. Oh, and those of you who have tuned in because, anytime I mention Wonderhussy, you'll be on the show. I don't want to let anyone down. So, Wonderhussy on with us today, live from Goldfield, Nevada. And by the way, it's Nevada, not Nevada. Don't get me started. I don't want to have fisticuffs with you.
Matt, you want to check out Boxcar Bertha.
Yeah, why is that?
Because Barbara Hershey is in it.
Yeah.
With,
and what does this have to do with Sharon Farrell?
you were talking
the
about
topic?
Barbara Hershey.
The Sharon Farrell, the woman that we're talking about who passed away, who was in the Stuntman, the movie? Okay.
I'm confused.
Yeah, Farrell died. But here's the part I don't get. Farrell died unexpectedly May 15th of natural causes at a hospital in Orange County. May 15th, and it was just reported today.
Yeah, that's right. 2 months ago.
In the Hollywood Reporter. And God bless Richard Rush, another man. He was the man behind the Stuntman, and he passed away sort of unexpectedly. But he was old. I think he was finally hit 90, 91. But my God, God bless Sharon Farrell. And, as Lori Downey Jr., my former producer, used to put it, well, Matt, she's not on the same side as you politically. I said, we won't talk politics. I just want to talk about her role as that little vixen makeup chick who tries to nail Railsback. And that never happens. But Railsback and Barbara Hershey, of course. That's just, by the way, not only the best movie, but the best soundtrack. I mean, the movie music was beyond stinking belief. I've been watching a lot of Jerry Lewis lately, and all of his past telethons, who knew they were available on social media? Well, I've been watching a lot of this stuff, and I've come to the conclusion, because so many folks that knew Jerry, and I knew Jerry this much. And we met and we talked, and then he called me at my house and we talked on the phone. And so many who knew him will be the first to say, oh, he was a big a-hole. He was this and that. I must tell you something. The more interviews I watch with Jerry Lewis, the more I understand this guy. And fortunately or unfortunately, boy, do I relate with him. I completely relate with him, because more than anything else, the man told it like it was. And he did. Tattoo Dave, you know how I am about feelings.
I certainly do.
It's like, okay, feel this. Let's tell the truth. I am truth above feelings, and Jerry was that way, and he was known as the guy with a whip on the set of any of his movies and the Jerry Lewis Telethon. But the man was only doing these things because he was a perfectionist. Now you're thinking, oh, Matt, so now you're side by side with Jerry Lewis. I am not quite the perfectionist that Jerry Lewis certainly was, but I do know what's right and wrong. And I appreciate the fact there was this great little press conference where he's promoting the fact that he's in Damn Yankees, and they're finally going on tour with a New York play. And man, it was just no holds barred with the press. And he was beautiful. And he was a little diplomatic, you could tell at times. But then when it got down to it, he can't control himself, and he has to tell you what's on his mind. And he's talking about the Young Bucks, and this was years ago. But he's talking about the Young Bucks running Hollywood. And once again, this was 25 years ago?
Had to be.
And he's talking about these little idiots who have pacifiers in their mouths, and they're dealing with some of the greatest playwrights and some of the most accomplished people, and they have no idea. These little punks who are running the studios have no idea who these people are.
Much like today.
No, it's nothing.
Actually,
has
10 times worse.
Nothing has changed except those young punks 20 years ago are no longer young punks. Now, I wonder if they're out of the business, if they're still in the business. But Jerry said, listen to the people that know. Listen to these people, because funny is always funny, has always been funny. And movie making, of course, is a craft, and there are several ways to do it, but there are certain things that never change. And so God bless you, Jerry Lewis, and thank you for this mug. I wonder if they can see this. I'm holding it up to the camera here.
Turn it a little bit to your right.
Can you see what this is?
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest gifts ever. Now my second favorite mug. This is a Buddy Love mug. I didn't even know something like this existed. This is Jerry Lewis and the Nutty Professor as Buddy Love on a mug. My first favorite is the mug, and you can probably hold that up, Tattoo Dave. It's to your right there. It's holding the pens, and it's the one that our former producer Lori made, and it was Lori and yours truly together on the mug.
It's on
Can you see
camera.
that? Yeah. Okay. And for those of you listening on terrestrial, if you want to see the visual, and listen, obviously, I'm not the boss of you. It's up to you. You can find us at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and on Rumble.com. But you have to punch it in just that way. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I should have showed the back, annoying each other for 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
And, and I probably wasn't the most gracious when I accepted that gift, because I just sort of knew it was over between us. And I think it took, at that point, and I think it took too long for her to have delivery of that mug. So when she ordered it, she probably had the right thoughts in her heart. And then when it finally arrived, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, it was tough for me to take that seriously. But I do love that mug. But this one, Buddy Stinkin' Love.
Yeah, that's cool.
From Nutty Professor. And that is thanks to, and the envelope, please. That is thanks to, you can probably guess, Dave.
Tony and...
No. This is the man who won our What'll It Be contest.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Which is a classic scene in the Beatnik bar in A Nutty Professor, when Jerry is trying to teach the dude to make a cocktail, and then he says, what'll it be? Oh, what'll it be? Say it with me. What'll it be? And for someone to know what movie that line comes from was truly awesome. And that is Tim and Paula. And he said, Matt, a few months ago, you sent a cool shirt for winning your What'll It Be contest. Shortly after, we sent a cooler full of cheese and sausage. I'll tell you what, we don't let any of that go to waste.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Tattoo Dave, greatest cheese and sausage from Wisconsin.
It's great.
And then also introduce you to Newski's Bacon, which... thank you, because now we know what the greatest bacon on the planet happens to be.
Yeah.
You even did a special Thursday night show where you opened the packages we sent. That was great. We hope you enjoyed everything. The answer is yes.
Everything. Thank you.
Everything. You were recently talking about Jerry Lewis. We saw this Buddy Love mug and thought you should have it. You also mentioned pickled eggs. So here's some Amish wedding mustard eggs, which I have down here. Where the hell are they? Look at these. So we got the specific Amish pickled mustard eggs that I requested, because I said any dive bar needs pickled eggs on the bar. And they don't have to be refrigerated.
Guess what? That looks open.
Yeah, you bet your ass. You bet. What do you think I've been eating for the last 2 days?
I know. I thought I smelled something last night.
Dave. Times is tough. So, and this is a lot of great protein, but these are delicious. So
boy.
Thank you for the and. So I have plenty left for you to try, Dave.
All right.
And I'll get to these. Funny, it's almost like our listeners in Wisconsin are in cahoots, because serendipitously I received spicy pickled quail eggs, but not from this man. These came from someone else. And I know Mark C.G. Boyer, he's not sad that we've eaten any of the eggs because he's not an egg guy. Because his father used to sell eggs, so he was around eggs as a kid all his life. And I think that you have a grand distaste for the taste of that comes out of the ass of a chicken.
Well, it's not only that; it's a tender subject for him because he was hatched and not born.
Yeah, you may be onto something. So there we go. So here's some Amish wedding pie. They're really good. Yeah, they are, especially with a little hot sauce. And by the way, that's the way I tried them. You might remember seeing this old sign in your younger days. Just thought it was funny and might be great decor for your 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. From where we emanate here in Southern California, spitting distance from Hollywood, Cali, which is that way, where the miscreants live. Keep fighting the good fight, speaking the truth on Outlaw Radio. Your friends from Wisconsin, Tim and Paula.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, no, more than awesome. This is the sign. Now, let me tell you how this hits home for me. I not only know this sign, but I have this sign from probably the 60s, sitting out in the green room where the guests hang before they come into this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. He sent me this sign, which I'll show you if you're watching Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. For those of you on terrestrial radio, which is the best way to enjoy us, it simply says, "We don't serve women. You have to bring your own."
That's awesome.
Is that a gorgeous throwback to the past? That sign, you will notice, is in the green room. Yeah. Now I have two.
Well, one's going up in here.
Yeah, but how about
women left?
Yeah, but how about this, Tattoo Dave? How about we're on the same page?
Yeah, we seem to have the best fans, and it's just getting better. Awesome.
I tell you what, they have the best fans because I am their fan.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
As am I.
And then a day later, hi Matt from Wausau. What's up, Wausau? And for those of you, I know, upstate New York and Detroit and all of you.
Texas, Utah, Idaho.
Yeah, and love you dearly, but damn it, get busy. Yeah, I'm currently putting together a P.O. box. Because I'm telling you, if we cross any of these people, little poison in any of this, and we're dead. I mean, we are dead. We don't taste test. We don't have a tester. Like back in the old days.
Where's your brother?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Taking a nap. Dang it.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about he could be our tester, right?
Of course.
Hi, Matt. Here's another. I love the way they wrap it in plastic just to make sure, just in case.
Doesn't get soiled.
Here's another family-owned business that makes fantastic jerky. Here, Tattoo Dave saying, "Send jerky, ha."
Oh, boy.
Hope you all enjoy this as much as we enjoy your show. Keep up the good work. This is what we like to do to good people. Enjoy. And that's Tony and Beth. Who sent us some of the greatest jerky. I tried some teriyaki, and I tried some spicy habanero, and I gifted some over there to Tattoo Dave.
Yeah, I've got
and I will tell you, I have never tasted better jerky.
Over here.
Oh, no. I know. I have some for you, Mark C.G. Boyer.
Wrapped in an Amish egg.
Yeah, you have to. By the way, you have to eat both. You have to eat both.
I will try both.
Yeah, no. Hey, something else. Watching Jerry Lewis, you know how the social media works on many YouTube and Rumble.com. It'll slide into the next thing, and all of a sudden, it was Martin Short. So it was Martin Short and David Letterman. Martin Short on the telethon. I've always liked Martin Short from SCTV.
Yeah.
But I am now convinced he is one of the greatest, most talented entertainers in the history of showbiz.
I'm wondering why now. I mean, he's phenomenal.
Because I always thought he was good, but I never realized how good. This man is a master impressionist, although, that's not quote unquote his gig, but spot on.
But comedic timing. I mean, he's top.
Did you say timing?
Time.
What did you time?
You remember when? We were in the
what?
Beatles. Remember when we were?
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was awesome. Vegan raw food diet influencer Zana Samsonova dies from starvation and exhaustion. Now, why would I dive into that story right now?
Stop it. Because we're eating beef jerky and hummus
Yes,
steaks.
that's exactly why. Wisconsinites, you got your act together. Meat is the way to go. We, as human beings, are carnivorous folks.
We're omnivores.
That's what we do. We eat meat. We enjoy meat and cheese. We're not meant to be vegans. So this vegan influencer who lived entirely on a diet of exotic fruit, juices, and sunflower seeds while living in Malaysia has reportedly died of starvation and exhaustion. Well, duh! How about, and Mark over there,
I'm cracking up.
cracking up and laughing over the death of a young gal.
Evil. It's
One
just
less
plain evil.
idiot.
It's just plain evil.
Well, Mark is evil.
That's just
according to friends and family, Zana Samsonova frequently promoted raw foods while hating meat and telling her millions of followers on social media, stay away from meat. The Russian national reportedly died July 21st. Once again. So what? July 21st?
Yeah, we're almost 2 weeks out on that.
Yeah, but I swear to God, this is exactly what it says. What am I? Am I in some sort of time tunnel where I'm going back in time?
Tiny bubbles.
So she was known to her millions of viewers on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram as Zana D'Art. And a few months ago in Sri Lanka, she already looked exhausted with swollen legs, oozing lymph, an unidentified friend reportedly said. They sent her home to seek treatment. However, she ran away again. When I saw her in, and it's Phuket, I can't pronounce it.
Phuket.
Yeah, however you want to say it. I was horrified. It's understood that Samanoza's lifeless body was discovered by a friend who lived on the floor beneath her, who feared the situation might arise one day. Why? Because she doesn't eat.
Yeah, I think it's more than just being a vegan on that.
Yeah, but you can juice all you want. You've got to get some great protein into your body.
Yeah.
This friend of hers tried to convince her to seek treatment. She didn't do it. In her last Instagram post, she was exited. No, well they spelled this incorrectly. I think they meant to say excited, but it's not. But it's spelled exited.
They skipped the C.
About the start of durian season in Thailand. Now, do you know what a durian is?
Do not.
What's durian with you?
It is a fruit that when you cut it open, smells, stinks to high heaven.
Yes, I've heard of it.
I have tried it. By the way, I don't like it. She wrote, it's that fabulous time of year again, durian season in Thailand. Wake up and smell the durian.
Yippee!
Yeah, for all you durian lovers out there, isn't it just the best? And for those who haven't yet experienced the joy of durian, you're in for a wild ride. Why? Because it's all about, look at me, look what I'm doing. I am eating stinky stuff, for God's sakes. And by the way, the last person who made that exclamation, Rosie O'Donnell's girlfriend. Samsonova's mother attributed her death to a cholera-like infection, but her official cause of death has not been revealed. For the past 4 years, the late vegan was a proponent of uncooked fruit and vegetables. And by the way, best way to get yourself dead, uncooked vegetables. I mean, that's where the feces ends up. And that's the honest-to-God truth. Claiming she ate a completely raw vegan diet.
Well, uncleaned.
Consuming just fruits, sunflower seed sprouts, fruit smoothies, and juices. Earlier in the year, she posted numerous photos of colorful vegan burgers, raw pizzas, rainbow sushi rolls, and cakes. Zana's mother said she tried to stop her daughter from continuing with her radical diet, but she didn't agree. And now she's dead. So let this be a lesson to you, if you don't mind lessons. Get some protein into your stinking diet. Eat a big-ass ribeye.
Burger, fish,
Preferably
chicken, anything, lamb.
Medium rare. Eat some meat. It's good for you. Everything in moderation except bourbon, which I'm going to have a little sip right now.
The legend of the Phoenix all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion.
Magic Matt Allen.
Welcome back, my friendlies. Welcome back, my friends, to this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar where we smoke, drink, and interrupt. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, Rumble.com, and Twitter as well. Not everyone likes us, Dave. Not everyone are huge fans of little old Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I understand.
For example, I found a little something on a YouTube comment board. And I'm not sure, is it Jan, Jaan Schwack? And it looks like she may be sort of a dissenter from the great state of Wisconsin. Whoa. Now, I was under the impression that everyone in Wisconsin loved us. But this Jean
Tony Beth
Schwack
find her
says, "Where's Lori?" Now this
it's me that she doesn't like.
Yeah, somehow this came in a while ago. And of course, she spells Lori Lauri, and believe me, I can't throw Juan or Jean Schwack under the bus for that because it's Lori. But who knew? Did she finally dump you?
Oh, okay. So it's both of us.
Did she? It has nothing to do with you. I know. What? Because my brother Mart's not here, you got to make it about you, Tattoo Dave?
I'm trying to fill in. I'm doing what I can.
I know what you're doing there.
Jeez.
Did she finally dump you? Now, by the way, I'm gonna get through this. It's very short, but at first blush, I'm thinking, F you. You know, and I'm gonna be caustic and I'm gonna be nasty because you're nasty to me. I decided not to be that way because I think this Jaan Schwack is probably an okay person, maybe misled, maybe not on the same side of the fence politically as we are, which is the side where we love the United States of America. You know, that sort of side.
We love what's right. We love what's right.
Yeah, why do we like the right thing? Because it's the right thing to do. That's why you like what's right. But Jane Schwack says, did she finally dump you? And by the way, I guess this could be a male.
I doubt it, but I
could. Yeah, but wait a second. I mean, think about it. You know, there were guys hitting on Lori constantly. Good-looking Broadway dancer blonde, and it could be a guy and they're probably Facebook friends now. And unbeknownst to me, how the hell would I know? I haven't been to Lori Downey Jr.'s Facebook page in months. Where's Lori, Aluri? Did she finally dump you? You're so inconsiderate to her, Matt.
Yeah, definitely a woman.
Yeah, it does sound that way, doesn't it? Yeah. But yes, or an effeminate man. I mean, in this day and age, man, how do you know? I mean, you really don't know. You're probably not even aware of all the rude things you say to her on the radio. Your listeners know, JAAN. Your listeners know. Do you know what? I never, once again, as I was talking about the great and dead Jerry Lewis at the top of the show, I identify with him because he always told it like it was, whether it hurts or not. And I was never, and I look back at all the shows and never inconsiderate to Lori, but always stating the facts. And P.S., Lori, no wallflower. She will fight back. There's no way she will be so unlike.
Well, in fairness, she will also pick a fight.
Oh,
not just fight back, because that makes you sound like you're putting her on.
No. You're right, Tattoo Dave. She continues to be the queen of picking a fight. I think it's that Long Island only girl in the family sort
I'm
of
not
thing.
knocking Lori. I love Lori. She's a sweetheart, and
that's not a knock.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a feisty little broad.
Yeah, in all fairness.
Yeah, but JAAN, Jane, John.
Everything. I would say Jan, but everything points.
Could be a transsexual. Could have been Jay. Because you don't have to call her Jay. You can call her Jane.
Just don't call me Colette.
She throws a P.S. or he or whoever this is. P.S. You need to quit smoking. I can hear you sucking for air when you're on the radio. COPD. See, the left, they're always so nice. Would you do me a favor and turn on Mark's mic so if he really wants to say something?
I thought it was on.
Hello.
All right, you can say that till you're blue in the face, and the answer is it wasn't on.
Well, I'm the one with COVID.
Hey, my friends, it is time to truly, and I want you to, and I mean this sincerely, not to be little teenagers and turn this into college radio. Because the best way for me to express this story is, and I mean this, is for you two to be adults. And the best way for our luscious listener to digest this story, either on great radio stations or on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com, is for you to be adults about this.
I'm not making any promises.
Time
Screw that.
to truly embrace beavers, my friends. California State, I'm not making this up. And P.S., I have I guess since I was 15 and a half years old, I have embraced beavers. I have been a fan of beavers. I love how they're so cute and furry and how they wiggle around, when you touch them the right way. California state agencies are taking a new approach to beaver management in this state of California, from which we emanate here in Southern California, to prioritize conservation of the ecologically important species as they call upon us, because we live here, unfortunately, Californians, to be beaver believers. Now, I will ask you this. Are you not a beaver believer?
I am
How about
tremendously.
Tattoo Dave? Yes?
I believe in beavers.
All right.
I think we should stop the show and go hunt for them.
In support, to support beaver conservation and enable California's ecosystem to benefit from their activity, the California Department of Fish and Wildlife is partnering with native tribes, non-governmental organizations, private landowners, and other state and federal agencies. At a panel discussion just a couple days ago, beaver researchers and members of the U.S. Forest Service and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife spoke about the history of beavers in California. And I'll tell you what, It is an inordinate number of beavers in this state. Would you not say that?
Unbelievable.
Right?
Everywhere you look.
You see them almost everywhere. And their beaver restoration project at the center of this state's approach is helping public and private landowners meet their resource management goals through implementing beaver coexistence measures. Now, that's not always easy. And I think we all can go on record as saying not always easy. Yeah. But I think it's a feasible goal. Mimicking habitats in places where beavers had not yet returned and relocating cases where coexistence failed. This comes from Occidental Arts and Ecology Center Institute Director Kate Lundquist, who works on the project. So obviously, Kate is a huge beaver lover. Beavers once ruled California, providing support for the state's ecosystems. Beavers once lived in nearly every stream and in malls in North America at an estimated population of 100 to 200 million. That's
a lot of beaver.
That's a lot of beaver. Yes,
I got a beaver story for you.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, let's wait.
Okay.
Although beavers play a key role in the health of watersheds, they provide erosion control and maintenance of stream flows during a dry summer period. And by the way, agree or disagree, nothing worse than a dry beaver.
No,
correct?
Horrible.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is horrible. Yeah. They were not always appreciated in California. Today, the beaver population has reduced to approximately 10 to 15 million in North America. The historical record has since been corrected as research has revealed just how important beavers are to the state, and I believe that beavers are important to any state.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Necessity.
Although the state of mind, it could
be harmful.
Well, it can certainly mess with you.
Yeah, we don't want it dammed up.
Especially because they contribute to fighting wildfires as they create fire breaks. And by the way, I've witnessed this as well. Yep. You betcha. The hills of Encino happened to me a few times by spreading water across the landscape. See? A moist beaver is a good beaver. And I think you can look back at any comments that I have had in the past regarding beavers. I go down with this on record. A moist beaver is a good beaver. Few states need beavers more than California. The Tule River Indian Tribe of California is one tribe that is striving to get its beavers back. Well, it's about time, because if you're beaverless, it's not good for the ecosystem.
Yeah, and it's boring. And
They are hoping to revive the watershed on the reservation that has suffered since the drought in 2014. Our beaver culture and history go a long way back, said Kenneth McDermott, a member of the Tule River Indian Tribe of California, who added that the tribe's pictographs featuring beavers date back to 500 to 1,000 years ago, when I believe beavers were furrier back then, right? They were much furrier. But save the beavers. And while we're saving the beavers, my friends, save Lizzo. Save this poor big old Lizzo, who is not enjoying these record sales plummeting. Streaming numbers are collapsing in wake of this sexual harassment, fat-shaming scandal. And you're thinking, fat-shaming? And Lizzo is suffering from this? And they're calling it Lizzogate. And it's only a few days old, but she is this biggin, known as Lizzo, this pop star and Joe Biden campaign supporter, reportedly already feeling financial repercussions from a widening professional scandal involving allegations of sexual harassment and fat shaming. I find that a tough one, because who the hell is Lizzo going to fat shame?
Yeah, it's impossible. I think the picture of that had a picture of her, and it said wearing what was used to cover Wrigley Field.
Is that right? You mean
wearing the dress that used to cover Wrigley Field?
Early figures appear to show Lizzo's record sales, as well as streaming and airplay numbers, have taken a nosedive. According to a report, the singer was recently averaging sales of around 2,000 per day. Boy, that's a lot, man. But that figure dropped to just 30. Just 30.
Wow.
The precipitous decline signals what could be the beginning of a gargantuan consumer shift against Lizzo after 3 former tour dancers sued the singer, alleging they were subjected to sexual harassment and a hostile workplace environment. Among the allegations is the claim that Lizzo, beautiful biggin, who has consistently promoted her own obesity, I didn't mean to say bestiality. However, Freudian slipperoo.
If the shoe fits.
As beautiful and a form of empowerment, fat-shamed one of the dancers after she gained weight. Can you imagine being fat-shamed by a Lizzo?
Unbelievable.
I tell you, that would piss me off as well, man.
Almost a compliment.
The dancers also claimed Lizzo took them to a strip club in Amsterdam where she allegedly had them take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from the aforementioned. The former tour dancers, Adrian Davis, Crystal Williams, Noel Rodriguez, filed their complaint in Los Angeles. Since then, Lizzo, who has also denied the allegations, has seen her problems only worsen. The attorney representing the 3 former tour dancers said she's been contacted by several more women who have similar accusations. In addition, a former documentary director for Lizzo has come forward saying she walked away after 2 weeks because of the singer's behavior. So it sounds like Lizzo is a lot to handle. Yeah. I mean, not only figuratively, but, well,
It would appear.
I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is, the filmmaker said, not to mention fat. Okay, she didn't say that. I just sort of threw that in there. Lizzo was one of pop music's most vocal anti-Trump personalities, and I guess that's why I'm glomming onto this story, because I don't like her.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's a United States of America lover.
No.
So, yes, I am biased. Screw her, man. The singer celebrated the president's impeachment and then called President Trump a bitch following the 2020 election. Don't we? You bet. What comes around, we reap what we sow. We'll be this after back on the big dog known as Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Hey, Tim and Paula, if you're listening, hope you are. This song is for you, and you know why.
stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
Seconds ago, we were speaking of the biggin known as Lizzo and how she's being sued by those who are saying sexual harassment has come from the Lizzo camp and wafting from under Lizzo's dress. Oof, oof.
Yikes.
Ouch. And now Beyonce omits Lizzo's name from song lyrics.
Nice.
Yeah, pop star Beyonce. There was a great picture associated with this story of Beyonce. How hot is that broad?
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
And P.S. So you're exceptionally hot and you have all that talent? Man, and boy, is she a great singer. Beyonce appeared to omit fellow singers Lizzo's name from her song Break My Soul, Queen's remix, at a concert in Boston in the wake of this explosive allegation or three that she fostered a hostile work environment. Boy, this is a lot like Ellen, right? This is a lot like Ellen and her TV show and those around her. You know, you get too big for your stinking britches. And believe me, I do understand this. I think that I may have fallen into this back in the late 80s, early 90s as a kid making way too much money in radio here in town. And I never, but never caustic and never sexual harassment, but maybe arrogant. Okay, nothing's changed, right? Yeah, nothing's changed. In her song Break My Soul, Queen's remix, Beyonce celebrates the many prominent black women who have made waves in the entertainment industry, including Nina Simone, one of my favorite French singers, man. You know, I was born 100 years old. You know, for me,
fabulous.
Yeah, for me to know a Nina Simone, Lauryn Hill, tremendous, Nicki Minaj, and Lizzo. During her concert in Boston just a few days ago, Lizzo's name was curiously absent from Beyonce's list. Several videos posted on social media showed Beyonce appearing to omit Lizzo's name from the song during her latest concert, instead repeating Erykah Badu's name 4 times, even as Lizzo's name flashed up on the screen. So it was up there, it was planned, and Lizzo's name is flashing up on the screen, but Beyonce is such a great business gal, she knows not to make reference. Yep. Good for you, Beyonce, man.
Yep. She's a smart one.
Lizzo had previously celebrated her inclusion in the song with a video on Instagram back in June where she said, I think of what we all mean to people and how cyclical it is. We are also infinitesimally small and maximally connected and significant. Why? What? It's an honor. Thank you, Beyonce. Well, not anymore. Beyonce has thrown Lizzo under the bus. Beyonce has given no statement as to why she omitted Lizzo's name from the song, which comes right on the heels of course, these lawsuits we were talking about from several of the singer's former backup dancers. I mean, accusing her of sexual harassment. I mean, what does that mean? Because are the names that I mentioned, do they sound like females or males? I thought they were females.
Yeah, they're females. It's, you know, she's probably pitching for the other team.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever way the wind blows when it comes to a female, 5 tequilas away from having a little, entanglement with a female. Men are not the same. Men are not like that. Men are not naturally bisexual. Women are. Not all women, but women are naturally bisexual. But she was body shaming, fostering a hostile, nasty work environment. So there you have it. Hey, some of those, meaning you, who have posted on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, we'll get to you in just a few minutes. Yep. Plus, Jackass star Wee Man, he's not happy, and I'll tell you why. Next.
My girlfriend's a magnet. My girlfriend gotta have it. She's hot, can't stop up on stage doing shots. If the man who ring the bell, get her drunk, she'll scream like hell. Dirty girl getting down, dance with guys from out of town. Grab her ass, acting tough, mess with her, she'll pick you up. No one really knows if she's drunk or if she's down, but she's coming back to my place tonight. She likes to shake her ass. She likes to shake her ass. She climbs into the beach. She likes to pull my hair when I make her grab her teeth. I like to strip her down. She's naughty to the end. You know what she is. No doubt about it. She's a bad, bad girlfriend. She's a bad, bad girlfriend. She's a bad, bad girlfriend.
doohickey that rolls?
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
Very cool. Yes,
He just passed out.
yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Had to lighten up.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
Yeah.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Well, it appears that Wonderhussy is busy as all the Dickens in Goldfield, Nevada, which is sort of central Nevada. It's, 150, 200 miles north of Las Vegas. I love Goldfield, Nevada. So when Wonderhussy apprised me the fact that she's out there for the Goldfield days, I wish the three of us were there right now. You know, she's talking about these secret bars and underground bars and stuff. Oh, man.
That'd be fun.
Oh,
Sounds like fun.
Fun is not the word. Fun is the word. Oh, you said that. But yeah, what a great time that would be, smoking stogies and drinking liquor. But we will continue to try to get in touch with Wonderhussy.
I keep trying.
Because I want to talk to her about Evel Knievel and one of her latest videos, which, by the way, she did a great job. Wonderhussy, by the way, she is the YouTube phenom, appearing on YouTube, as we do as well. We're not really phenoms, but she's a phenom. But we are on YouTube under Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's how you find us, because of all the copycats that simply use Outlaw Radio. So don't find the wrong one. It's easy to find yourself in a bad orifice on YouTube.
And the right one could get you $50,000.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, subscribe, because the lucky winner will win $50,000 from Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. So we'll most likely get to Wonderhussy. I'm sure she's out there drinking and carousing. More drinking than carousing.
Yeah.
But in beautiful Goldfield, Nevada. I really do. I love that town. It's been years since I've been there, but I am jealous that she is there and we are not. However, we are platted here in an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar in the hills of the San Fernando Valley, spitting distance from woke Hollywood.
Woke.
As Jackass star Wee Man drags woke Hollywood for taking jabs and jobs from dwarves. He says Disney should recast Snow White roles and start over. Jackass star Jason Wee Man Acuna is the latest actor with dwarfism to speak out against Hollywood's latest woke trend of eliminating roles for actors like him in its latest effort to be more sensitive. But I don't understand that. What am I missing here? Isn't that just the opposite?
Yeah, it seems.
Right. I mean, if they're truly woke, would they not include real life dwarfs?
Right. He's referencing the wrong.
The
wrong pronoun.
Maybe Wee Man is simply a jackass.
Maybe.
Pee Wee Herman, God rest your soul, bud. Paul Rubens dead at 70. I guess he's had cancer for a while, and he played, of course, the red bow-tied man-child Pee Wee Herman. And
the moon was in line with Pluto.
Yeah. You know, I mentioned this on my Facebook page. You can find my personal Facebook page at MATT. It's my first name, Alan, A-L-A-N. And I posted a little RIP, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. And someone did post, they said, well, I never got him. I never liked his act. You know, and that's once again,
what?
great. Yeah, right. So what?
So what? You can't.
I
give him
mean,
respect?
see, I got it, and I appreciated this man, Paul Rubens, because he dived into this character 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And in the beginning, he would, for the many years in the beginning of that invention known as Pee Wee Herman, he would never let the Paul Rubens show ever. I mean, for years.
Yeah, he was in character.
And man, do I appreciate that. I mean, that is stick-to-itiveness to the character. And I saw a couple comedy routines when it was just, you know, I think I saw one where he had only been practicing this act for about 7 days and he was on stage and still funny. Yes, Mark C.G. Boyer?
The scene in Pee-wee, his movie.
Why is it when you begin a sentence you have to clear your voice as you're speaking?
Because I'm weird.
Okay.
The scene where he's doing tequila on the bar, in the biker bar.
Yeah.
Is, yeah, it's just hysterical. It's one of my favorites all-time scenes.
Okay, that was unnecessary.
Hey, remember, Paul, when you were with the Beatles? That was awesome.
Hey, Matt.
That was awesome. But anyway, Pee Wee Herman, God rest your soul. He even, I saw some interviews with him, I guess it must have been a couple years ago at one of these Comic-Cons. And he even made light of the fact and joked about the fact that his career went south. And he didn't say, well, he was caught in the theater, but he referenced it. And I thought, you know, good for you, man. Anyway, I
got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate the man, and I also appreciated more than anything in that Pee-wee's Playhouse, because I looked at Pee-wee's Playhouse as a Bugs Bunny commercial, a cartoon. In that, he appealed to the adults on one level, but appealed to the kids on the other level, and that was Bugs Bunny. If you didn't get the adult humor in Bugs Bunny, then you weren't an adult, and vice versa. And I love that French bird that used to fly around Pee-wee's Playhouse. I am not a child, Pee-wee. I love the French bird. So 70 years old, I think too young to die.
I think he was 72, wasn't it?
70 years old, and I feel bad, but man, I'll tell you what, he has a lot of great stuff. And the fact that, you know, Tim Burton was an unknown, pretty much an unknown, when he went to the movie studios, and all of a sudden he has the two guys that can green light his movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
What a great movie.
Those two said, we have the director for you. Paul Rubens said, I don't like that director. And Paul Rubens' inspiration of all people was Sly Stallone, because Sly, when he wanted to make Rocky, everyone in the business loved the friggin' play. They loved his playwright. They loved the screenplay. They wanted this made into a movie, and they consistently gave him a choice of movie stars to play the role, and Sly said, nope, not unless I'm playing it. He turned down myriad movie companies here in Hollywood over and time again, until finally one company said, okay, star in it, and the rest is history. And Paul Rubens, because he was inspired by this man, of all people, you'd think Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, inspired by Sly Stallone,
Rambo.
But he was, and Pee Wee said no. So after that meeting, I understand in the hallway with Pee Wee's managers, they said, do you understand that that these execs at the movie companies don't last that long? So when you have a couple that are ready to green light your project, you simply go with it? Ruben said, wrong director. I don't believe in this director. I need to find a director. He found a director through a couple friends of his who both said the same thing, and not at the same time. One was a phone call. One was at a party who mentioned this guy, Tim Burton, who just did something to do with a penis or something. But it was some odd movie, and they said, that's the guy. That's the guy. Tim Burton is the man to direct your movie. And they were spot on, because this stupid movie, easy to say, stupid movie, was so stylized, right? You remember how interesting it was shot, because it was all about style.
By the way, it was Frankenweenie.
Yeah, Frankenweenie. And that was Tim Burton's credit at that point.
Yeah.
So it really was Pee Wee Herman who put this man on the map, and I'm certain they became fast friends.
They did.
And were friends forever.
A side note, Matt.
Yeah.
After the scandal hit and Pee Wee was out.
You mean Rubens in the theater caught pleasuring himself in a theater? Yeah.
In the Batman movie with the Penguin,
right?
He gave him a role as the parents of the Penguin who put him in the river and sent him downstream. He threw him a bone and gave him a role.
Who is he? Tim Burton?
Tim Burton.
Yeah. Well,
gave
of course.
Rubens a role, which was really nice.
No. No, well, I don't know if it's nice. I just think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He was taken care of. Paul Rubens was convicted about this being the right director. And that movie, I've only seen it once. I need to watch it again.
Are you talking about Big Adventure?
Yeah, because I remember it being vastly entertaining and incredibly well shot and interesting. But, I would say I'm a Tim Burton fan. I can't really say that. I did love his Big Fish movie. I love that movie. I thought that was so odd and clever and creative.
Was that Finch?
But the dead Englishman who was the character actor, who was brilliant. But what great stuff. So anyway, Tim Burton, rest in peace. Oh no, he's still alive, right? So Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, and I know that champing at the bit is my producer, Tattoo Dave.
I was just going to give some shout outs.
Well, let's not call them shout-outs. It's so mundane.
Okay, let's honorable mentions.
Let us stroke those who adore Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, if you don't mind.
Tim and Paula say thanks for the shout-out, so thanks, Tim and Paula.
So they are watching
They are
today.
watching or listening.
They are avid listeners to our show in Wausau on WSAU. Avid. So I wasn't aware that they would also watch Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube as well. So they're watching it and they're
or listening. I'm not sure.
But God bless them.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay.
Peter Piper. I don't know where he's from, and I'm not sure what this means.
Well, we know what he picked.
Congrats, right? Matt. You finally got rid of the ditch digger. Better show.
Oh jeez.
And then Dale of
by the way, let me just comment.
Okay.
The ditch digger, aka my brother Mark, I did not get rid of him. His daughter is in town, and they have been going out damn near every night. So, I know my brother Mart is a party dog. I wasn't aware that his lovely daughter, and she's a lovely daughter with beautiful sensibility, was also a party dog. But there you have it.
Gets that from her mother.
They've been out every night. I mean, they've been staying here since Wednesday. I only saw her on Friday, so yesterday.
I just met her when I went to the house.
For the first time, but I live here, and I only saw her for the first time yesterday.
That's crazy.
But no, I'm sorry, Peter Piper. We did not get rid of him. We are just sans my brother Mart on this particular day. Dave?
Although it would appear that we did, because at the end of the show last week, he did say, "That's it, I'm done." I'm done.
Okay.
He does that all the time.
Yeah, he's been doing that for years.
Dale of Olith, Kansas, asked a question. If vegans don't want us eating meat, then what happens to the cows, pigs, sheep, and so on once we give it all up and just eat clover? Just asking.
Yeah. What does happen to the beautiful animals?
Oh, they run around wild, making more of them.
And making more and more, and then eventually they populate the earth, and so the
Planet of the Cows is the next week.
So the woke left, they're pissed off because of all the carcinogens that are being expelled from the bovine creatures, and then the greenhouse gases, and then of course. Oh God.
Yeah. Then the stench comes.
Yeah. Well, no, it starts with a stench from the left. Yeah, exactly. Believe me.
Exactly.
And I promise you this. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I wish I could perform a 3-hour show without getting political. I wish I could. I know that many of you love us because you feel that we tell the truth. You feel that way because we do. We are convicted by being truth tellers.
Yeah.
We tell you the truth because we love the United States of America. We don't know exactly where we're heading right now. Things are bad. The things they're doing to Donald Trump is unstinking precedented. If you think that you are you're just that old person who looks back, well, not in my day. No, this is unprecedented. The power of the office and what is being exerted from that frickin' White House. And it has nothing to do with reality whatsoever. It has everything to do with Donald Trump being a menace to these people. Is he the right guy? Yes.
Yes.
100%.
And it's becoming more apparent to many more people.
And by the way, many a Republican, they can't stand Donald Trump because he upsets their apple cart.
Yep.
He screws up their backyard. The whole NIMBY theory. Everything's fine as long as it's not in my backyard. He messes them up because what he wants is the best for Americans. Is he a loudmouth? Is he caustic? Yes. We don't have to go to dinner with him. We don't have to sleep with him. Although, if given the right circumstances and the right amount of bourbon, no, I'm not. Being a heterosexual male ain't going to happen. And I met the man a few times, and I found him affable. I found him, is he a nice guy? I don't know. What does that mean? We don't need a nice guy as president.
No, we don't.
We certainly don't have one now. We need someone who gets the effing job done. There I am, going on record as saying, I wish I didn't have to talk about politics, and there I talked about politics. It just, it comes out because I love the United States of America, and where we're heading is friggin' Marxism plus a gazillion. That's exactly where we are. Why did my friends, and I have friends from Russia who moved here, who got the hell out and love America, and they're seeing the same thing that happened to them over there happening here in America. And I am not a sky is falling guy, but these people on the left certainly are.
Hey, but the sky is fucking...
Yeah, it is. It is falling. Professor claims Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town promotes anti-blackness. This coming from a professor, even though the lyrics make absolutely no references to race.
None.
A music professor at Hunter College in New York is claiming that the lyrics to Jason Aldean's hit single, Try That in a Small Town, promote anti-blackness, sidestepping the fact that they make absolutely no references to race or skin color. Philip Ewell, remember that name because that would be one of them idiot sticks, a professor of music theory at Hunter College, argued Aldean's lyrics are chock full of anti-blackness. This was in an interview with a Hollywood Reporter. Well, we wouldn't expect any other venue. Anybody really should understand that there's a strong racial undertone to these lyrics, he said. Race is part of the lyrics. I think that's pretty clear. No, it's only clear to dumbbolts like you, these friggin' know-it-all professors, these people who have been indoctrinating our children. Yeah, it's just, I think it's pretty clear. He cited some of the song's lyrics, including pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Okay. All right. Let's distill this one down.
Yeah.
Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. He said that is one of those lyrics that certainly promotes anti-blackness. He says someone's robbing a liquor store. In the American psyche, the person who's doing that without saying it is a black person, right? Ewell said. This is the professor saying this. Who in the hell is the racist here?
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
Who is the racist here?
He is.
He made the friggin' statement. Who is that? So in his mind, if it's someone holding up a liquor store with a gun to a clerk's head, it must be a black guy. Am I missing something here?
Nope.
This is the way they think.
Someone's robbing a liquor store. In the American psyche, the person who's doing that, without saying it, is a black person. This is this idiot, Philip Ewell, who is music theory professor at Hunter College. It's just in our minds. It's supposed to be that way. And when you paint that picture in someone's mind of someone pulling a gun on an owner of a liquor store, the person pulling the gun is black. The owner of a liquor store is probably Asian or maybe white. Once again, what do you call that?
Yep, racism. At the highest level.
I mean, if I'm wrong, please call me out on it. But is
I was going to say it before you said it. I'm like,
is this not the definition of racism?
It's unbelievable.
And there are so the owner has got to be Asian or maybe white, the owner of the liquor store. And there are these. And by the way, here in town, because we speak facts on this show. You know, it's not about couching our opinions or going out of our way to not hurt feelings. Our liquor stores are usually Middle Eastern folks. Yeah, have you found that, Tattoo Dave?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know where Ewell Gibbons, a-hole Philip Ewell, this professor of music theory at Hunter College is coming from, but here in Los Angeles, and by the way, God bless them, because most of these folks are armed, and they don't put up with a lot of crap. Ewell says he's listened to some of Aldean's music and thinks the country singer is a pretty good artist. But it's just something, well, you know, they got to throw a little good with the bad to make it...
Because it's an agenda.
Well, no, to make it appear as though they're being fair.
Right, but it's an agenda.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah,
He's making racism live by making these statements.
Of course.
This is what he's doing. He's creating the controversy.
It's not simply him. It's what they do on the left. It's the woke. But he goes on to say, it's just something that kind of comes out in culture, anti-blackness, because it's part of the founding of our country. We shouldn't run away. It's part of the founding of our country. Do you include Abraham Lincoln in that?
Yeah.
Do you include those on the left, the Democrats, who began and certainly went out of their way to keep the old KKK around? You know, they fought that. They were big proponents of the old KKK. Wasn't us on the right, man. He says it's just something that kind of comes out in culture, part of the founding of our country. We shouldn't run away from that simple fact. I love how he makes it a fact. In his mind, if this professor calls it a fact, then it must be a fact. Try that in a small town. Doesn't contain any references to race, skin color, or ethnicity. But this hasn't stopped friggin' idiot sticks. And, you know, it's simply the way it works. I thought you'd go into... You should play the small town song as we go to break. I mean, that makes sense.
I played it coming in, that's why.
We'll play a little small town, and as we go to break, if you haven't heard it, I'm sure you have... It's a great song, and this Jason Aldean, what a great band, great singer.
Great patriot.
Yeah, great United States of America lover. We'll be this after back.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. Carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys, raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Round here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
These farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Where we last left you just a couple minutes ago, we were playing Try That in a Small Town. Of course, by the great, indomitable Jason Aldean. I'm Magic Matt on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. We're looking for the 1,000,000th subscriber. Pretty happy to hand over $50,000, my friends. Be the 1,000,000th, win $50,000. Well, I don't know if it'll be cash. It could be check. But, you know, you can cash it. It'll be good. If we're going to give you the damn check, you know it's going to be good. We're good for it because we're good for America. We tell the truth. And you're good for America because you love what's true and great about the United States. Old country legend Randy Travis, always liked this guy, defends Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town. And, of course, the woke is still coming at him, man. And I will tell you that this song hit another musical milestone, number one on Billboard's all-genre Hot 100 song chart, despite ongoing efforts by the mainstream media and leftists to cancel the country music star. Number one on the Hot 100 song chart.
Yes.
Kicking major butt. It seems like eventually the majority of Americans are sort of getting their act together.
Wake up.
And the more they throw Trump under a bus, and here's another tag, here's another court case, here's a place taking time out of his busy schedule of simply standing up before America and saying, look what they're doing to me. I'll tell you what, it just makes him stronger.
Yeah.
And by the way, and who the hell knows how he's going to come out of this, man, the hell that he's going through. But it's not about the right thing to do. It's simply about doing the wrong thing for the woke left and the Democrats not regaining but continuing their stronghold on America and the indoctrination of people in America. You think the economy is kicking ass?
No.
Is this just me? I mean, my God, this is so black and white. How is it it's not only me. So I gotta believe that it'll be a landslide. Whatever Republican happens to be the man, it's got to be a landslide. Otherwise, where the hell do we go?
Oh.
We have nowhere to go, man.
Well, there's a...
Where? Billy Dilly, where?
Down south.
What? Okay, I'm talking about the United States of America.
I know, but we might go to...
Where?
Down south.
Okay, where are we talking about? Mazatlan? I mean...
he's in Marty's seat. So.
I don't want to say it because you're going to erase it.
Down south? No, I want Billy Dilly, who, by the way, is a Marine.
I'd say we're all going to go to hell if the Democrats stay in
Okay,
line.
all right.
Okay, that's down south.
Well, we're in hell right now, my friend.
It's hot outside, but I'll tell you what, I can deal with it.
Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town has found another defender, the great Randy Travis. You know, Randy doesn't have to do this. Randy could just stay quiet and enjoy his gazillions of dollars.
OG King of Country.
But, you bet your ass, man. But mainstream news media continue to smear this great Jason Aldean. Randy Travis and his wife Mary expressed support for Aldean, saying in a Fox News interview they agree with the song's message. I love that. You know, he could sidestep this. It's easy to sidestep and stay out of this friggin' pile of dog crap, right?
Yeah.
Not a chance.
But man, well, yes, a chance. There are so many that do. But a Randy Travis is a real patriot.
Stand up for America.
He says, Randy says, you know, when we heard the song, when we saw the video, our first inclination was we live in a small town. We feel the same way. We want the world to feel that way because we really do want to protect our country. Mary Travis went on record, who speaks for her husband after the singer suffered a major stroke in 2013.
Ow.
Oh, I didn't know that Randy had limited speech ability.
Oh, yeah, he was, I think they gave him an honorary, I forget what the title was.
Yeah,
on one
son
of the
of a
award shows.
bitch.
They brought him up. He came up. He's still functioning.
Okay.
But it's sad.
But why the good people, man? Come on, God. Do the right thing. Randy Travis nodded in agreement with his wife's comments, so it didn't strike us as anything that he was highlighting any more than what the news media did, Mary said. Couple also addressed the media's obsession with shots in the music video showing Tennessee's Maury County Courthouse located outside Nashville. Courthouse was in the site of the 1927 lynching of a black man named Henry Choate. As far as the particular courthouse or whatever, Mary said any courthouse in the United States of America has been around a while. Something happened there. And so just go and pick a courthouse and then identify. Well, that happened there. You could go to any courthouse across America, find something you didn't like going on there. It's true. It's so easy. Mary, thank you for
Democrats.
Thank you for being smart. No, Mary's not a Democrat. The courthouse has served as a filming location of numerous TV shows and movies, including Hannah Montana, the movie, in 2009. How did I miss that one? How did I miss that movie? I worked on that movie. Oh, did you really?
Yep.
I tell you, I liked Hannah Montana's dad, though. I like him, man. But,
Billy Ray?
Yeah, I like that dude. Should I not like him?
He's a whack job.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I was her private driver. We were in Malibu filming out of, I forget the name of the place. It's that. Anyway, I was driving her up, and this is when she was a kid. She was, Dave, pull over, and she went and got a cup full of sand crabs.
By the way, we're talking about Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, and then comes back. Dave, will you watch these while? And okay, she was just so
hold on. So Miley asked you to watch your sand crabs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was great. And Billy Ray and Jennifer Williams.
Let me ask you this: what gives you the impression that Billy Ray's a whack job?
He just everything that he did and does and continues to do.
So you don't want to talk about what he did, but okay. So he's a bit wacky.
Yeah, he's a wacky.
I don't know. I still like. But do you dislike him?
No, I don't dislike him.
Right.
He's out there.
Other defenders of Aldean's song against the cancel mob include Joe Rogan and fellow country singers Lee Greenwood and Cody Johnson. Try that in a small town, man.
Hey,
Cody Johnson.
I'll tell you,
love that.
Number one, country music hits take top 3 spots on Billboard Hot 100 chart.
All of them.
This is the first time ever country music takes the top 3 spots on Billboard's Hot 100. First time ever.
Thank you, Joe.
Country music songs have taken, and you're right. You're right. Thank you, Joe is right.
Yep.
It's because of that piece of crap, that fake you-know-what, that happens to be spending way too much time in that Oval Office. Because of him, folks are finally rebelling and saying,
better wake up.
This ain't the America that we love. For the first time ever in the Hot 100, signaling the continued mainstreaming of the music genre as well as the public's overwhelming rejection of woke culture. And we're seeing it every day, and thank God for that. Thank God. Thank God, if I may be boastful, for shows like ours. And you might say we're preaching to the choir, but if we reach one person who's on the fence and who might say, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know what Matt said there, what Billy Dilly just said, what Tattoo Dave mentioned makes sense. They'd never say that about anything out of Mark's mouth. But any 3 of us, you know.
He woke up.
Hey, speaking of Mark's mouth, we got a comment from Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Says CG.
Now, hold on. You got to slow it down. And by the way, my buddy Tattoo Dave new at this producing thing, been in the film industry for years. But when you talk about Peter, who is that?
Well, I'm guessing it's the same Peter that didn't say, maybe Peter Piper. But
Peter Piper,
maybe.
Who is on our, I guess, commenting on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on the YouTube page.
Yeah,
okay.
YouTube chat. Yeah. Says CG with a D cup and rabbit ears. He's one step away from being a Playboy bunny.
Oh, you're talking about Mark C.G. Boyer?
Yeah, Mark C.G. But, Peter, if you're looking, he's already got a D cup.
Oh, yeah. He's got some big ones. I wonder why. Maybe it's because I simply do not watch the local TV news here in Los Angeles. And maybe that's why I missed it. But usually I will see things pop up on rumble.com or YouTube where Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio may be found, and you should subscribe. I'm not the boss of you, but damn it, come on. How hard can it be?
How can you not want to see more?
I miss this, and I was only apprised of this today. This mass looting of Gucci at LA's Century City Mall. I mean, Century City Mall is... 24 minutes from us here in the Valley because you have to do some surface streets and so on. Yeah, if that. My daughter used to work there. And I'm not really a mall guy, but the Century City Mall is a biggin', and police have got on record. See, it's like, are we going to let what happened in San Francisco happen to us here in L.A.? I mean, it's already happening, but we're not in suffering the dire consequences yet of San Francisco. But why not? We're still here in California being governed by one piece of crap a-hole. Yeah. So why wouldn't it happen here in L.A.?
Who offered his help in the strikes, the actor-writer strikes.
Yeah, the negotiations, and of course they turned him down because, well, they're not that stupid.
Right, exactly.
A group of at least 9 men. And I'll just keep it at that, okay? Because no one reports on ethnicity anymore. So I'll leave it at that. A group of at least 9 men who can't control themselves, who can't behave, looted a Gucci store at the Westfield Century City Mall in Los Angeles, which is a popular mall because it's sort of a mall that's outside. Right. You know, and you walk around outside. There used to be a great cigar store there, but I can say that about many malls where many of those cigar stores have dried up.
No smoking.
The management of the mall, we reached out to them, received no response. However, the LAPD confirmed this event. See, they're trying to keep it quiet because they don't want this publicity. They don't want to lose shoppers.
Well, also the thing is you notice these stupid journalists, newscasters, whatever, they bring up things that they shouldn't, and they give people ideas. People that don't know, that aren't in the know, are saying, hey, well, we can do that too then.
Well, yes, but I believe in reporting the facts and the news. I mean, no matter how that falls, you need to report the news. And these idiot sticks, these people that can't behave, that looted a Gucci store en masse there in Century City.
I mean, they did more than looted. They destroyed it.
Oh God, it was
they crashed every.
It was a grab and dash heist that was caught on video.
Yeah.
A group of at least 9 men could be seen sprinting out of the store around 3:10 in the afternoon, man.
Broad daylight.
Minding your own business. You know, maybe you just want one of them batter-coated dogs, for God's sakes, and then you're accosted by a bunch of ass bites.
Yeah.
Who have just looted a Gucci store, and it's on video. The LAPD confirmed there was a robbery at the store at Westfield Century Mall. Not immediately clear if the men were armed or if anyone was injured. Bystanders looked on and took video. I enjoyed that in the video, that they sort of ran after him to get him on videotape.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lone security guard, you see this in this friggin' tape. Well, it's not tape. In this video, you see this lone security guard just sort of walking helplessly behind the men as they sprinted away. And the problem is, you know, you'd like to blame this dude because if you are a security guy, what's your job? What's your job?
Well, apparently you're not allowed to be.
But you're
Not allowed in L.A.
And there are the facts. The video shows a suited man who appeared to work for Gucci could be heard on the phone calling the police. Century City Mall, by the way, heart of Los Angeles, near the Fox Studios, surrounded by office complexes. And this, because my attorney was over there, housing Hollywood's top agents, entertainment lawyers. This looting, they make it so easy to do. And if there's no repercussion, why not? If you have no moral barometer, then why not go for it? Keep that music rolling. I want to rock in stereo, my friends. When we return, Joker star Mark Maron attacks man who disliked Barbie movie. Next on Outlaw Radio.
Hey guys, Tattoo Dave here. Just wanted to give out a big shout out. Thank you for listening, watching us on YouTube, on Rumble, listening on all the great radio stations. We really appreciate you, and please keep coming back and tell some friends.
is Outlaw Radio.
Feverishly attempting to contact our Wonderhussy YouTube phenom in Goldfield, Nevada for Goldfield Days, where we are all jealous. I think I can speak for all of us, including but not limited to Tattoo Dave.
Yep.
Mark C.G. Boyer.
Yep.
And you look at Mark there on YouTube on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You wouldn't think that he'd be into that whole dive bar sort of, cool old Gold Town sort of smoke a stogie. Well, he doesn't smoke a stogie, and he doesn't drink, but I know that he loves the vibe of those joints.
Oh, some of the places you've taken me to.
They're the greatest, are they not?
Yeah.
And, of course, my buddy HR man, Billy Dilly. Hoorah! Yeah.
Love America.
He's a Marine. I know you do, man. And that's, one of the many myriad reasons we love Billy Dilly. But we will.
The list grows.
We'll try to get her ass on, but I'm sure she's enjoying copious amounts of booze and shooting her next Wonderhussy video. That's probably what she's doing.
Yeah.
She has work to do, man.
I'm interrupting her video every time.
No, it's true. She's probably getting pissed at me because you're calling.
Right.
But whatever. We got to deal with that.
As long as it's not me.
Yeah. Oh, as long as she's not pissed at you.
Right.
All right. Good. That sounds like you. Hey, by the way, think of us as your local dive bar. Think of
The Tattoo Dave Show.
Not certain how that fit in, but slowly but surely it's becoming the Tattoo Dave Show. But
I did that for Billy.
Please do think of us as your local dive bar, because that's what we are. And man, am I appreciative that there are Magic Matt Outlaw Radio parties at bars throughout the country on the damn day that we perform this show. And I love you for that. So figure out your own drinking games. I'm sure you have your own drinking games when my brother Mart is here. I'm
sure you leave stumbling when Marty's here.
Yeah, like every time he blows up.
Yeah.
So you're going to be drunk by the end of the show.
Well, Matt, you're truly evil.
Is that what he called me?
Yeah.
Oh, did he call me that last week? Yeah, okay. Number one, I'm not evil. But if I were evil, would I go on record as saying I'm not evil? What would the devil say? Yeah. We were talking about the looting at Gucci at the Century City Mall, right down the street from where we do our thing on the other side of the hill. We're in the San Fernando Valley in the hills here of Los Angeles. This just came down a few days ago, a joint that I have frequented many, many times called Craig's, which is kitty corner and a street down from a venerable old watering hole and tremendous chicken parmesan, greatest Italian food ever, Dantana's. But this joint, Craig's, which it was started about 12 years ago by a dude that used to work at Dantana's, and he built his own restaurant right down the street, walking distance from Dantana's. So many people that now will have food or a drink at Dantana's will go to Craig's and vice versa. Gunpoint, 1 o'clock at night, just a couple days ago, pilfered away watches, and when it hits home like that, I've been there at 1 or 2 in the morning. And it's like, Dave, hey, Tattoo Dave, when you're out at a venue like that, are you packing? You don't want to go on record.
I don't want to say.
But if something like that happens,
there would be dead people,
and there are gun-toting sons of bitches, and let's say that you are not wielding a firearm, you don't have a firearm with you, would you be that person that gives in instantly, or would you try to sucker punch the sons of bitches?
I think you know the answer to that. I would definitely not give in.
I know you're no wuss.
No.
And most people don't want, even these friggin' barnyard creatures who hold up innocent folks. Well, I sort of take that back. Those 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning outside Craig's.
Not so innocent.
No, they're Hollywood types. I don't, am I saying they deserve it? No, but
They don't deserve it.
No, they don't. However, gun to their head. I don't think they really want to kill someone for the most part. So if you know that, and you're a Tattoo Dave, you probably sucker punch him, right? If you see the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Just put him down.
Yep.
All right, man. It ain't getting any better, but we're going to attempt to make it better. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, Rumble.com, and the finest radio stations throughout the country. Thank you for being there.
Hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said, uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all his guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Drinking, smoking, interrupting from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. And in this day and age in the United States of America, how are you staying sober? Why would you want to stay sober? I mean that from the bottom of my bottom. I mean, my God. You need a little, unfortunately, you need a little self-medication with that son of a bitch and goofus in the Oval Office. I mean, you really, I mean, you need to maintain, but have a little cocktail at your favorite dive bar known as Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar in the hills of Southern California. Yeah, we're a far cry. We're a long way from Northern Nevada, but I'll tell you what, our heart is there, and our heart is with you. If you like folks that speak the truth, I'm just saying. Man, love it. I'm just saying. We say what you're thinking. It's what we do. I think Wonderhussy
Very busy about now.
Just messaged me from Goldfield. Oh no. She probably going to say, hey, would you stop?
Will you stop calling me?
Yeah, stop having Tattoo Dave. I'm trying to videotape things.
She uses her phone. That's what I said. I'm like, I'm destroying her video every time I try.
Oh, wait a second. So she said, I'm about to do a radio interview here. I think it'll be on the air at KGFN.
Oh.
Who gives it? A local radio station in the middle of friggin' Nevada? And that takes precedence over Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio,
Apparently.
syndicated throughout the country?
I'm calling her.
Just wait a second. But
yeah, no, I'm not.
Listen, I'm not pissed, but, she's such a nice person that it's like, okay, some local radio station, KGFN. Doesn't even sound like. I bet it's some guy that set up a little radio station in the corner of his bedroom, and giving her this crap that it's a real radio station. I mean, what? There's no way there's a radio station in Goldfield, friggin' Nevada.
Sure is.
Come on.
Just looked it up.
Oh, really?
89.1.
Is it in Goldfield?
Yep. Goldfield, Nevada.
Oh, no. Oh.
I said it for you, but
Oh, no, you screwed up,
I
man.
had to get you.
Them's our fighting words. It's Nevada.
I know.
It'll never be Nevada. Hey, I want to thank my lovely folks, Tony and Beth from Wausau. I forgot to mention, they also included in their care package this Zillman's Blue Ribbon steak sauce.
Oh.
But it's a very liquefied, it's not thick. So I'm thinking it's
marinade?
Probably more like a marinade. Mark, do we have things that our HR man, our Marine Billy Dilly, is out there grilling that we could add some of this to?
I have some beef ribs I made last night, probably overcooked.
Oh, wait a second. Beef ribs?
Yeah.
Yes.
We never have beef ribs here.
Well, they were on sale, and I thought I'd give it a shot.
Well, we gotta throw some of this on there.
Well, you can throw some on yours.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I will, because I'm a big believer in anything out of Wausau and Wisconsin. If it's a culinary delight, it will be delightful. So it's,
How dare you.
It's this stuff. Zillman's from Wausau, a local joint that makes their own, and they call it steak sauce, but it's really liquefied. So it's not, it's not
It's not thick like a
it's
Heinz, whatever.
Right. So but Blue Ribbon, I guarantee you this stuff is going to be off the hook good.
Yeah, maybe one of those burgers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I got two bacon cheddar.
Oh, by the way, my brother Mart and I were talking about this the other day. Obviously, my brother Mart brought this up. It's like, so I'm Mark C.G. Boyer. I only bring 2 burgers when there are many people here at the show and who come here on a Saturday at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com and throughout the country on the greatest radio stations. But I only bring 2 patties, and I agreed with him. I said, yeah, what? And Mart said, my brother Mart said, boy, he's really, the older he gets, the more Jewish he becomes.
Well,
notice he said he bought the ribs because they were on sale.
What is your response to 2? Wait, and then my brother Mart said, well, that's only for Mike. By the way, Mike is a friend of Cato Kalin's, who will be here tonight as part of our poker game after the show. But Mike last week he ate the burger, because our buddy Tattoo Dave, our producer, was out at a party. So doesn't that piss you off a little bit that he got your burger?
I'm a little bit angry now. So I'm going to take it out on him at the table.
So why 2? How does that make sense to you, Mark C.G. Boyer?
I buy enough food for everyone that's here.
How does 2 burgers make sense to you, Mark C.G. Boyer?
It makes sense to me.
Okay, enough said.
It makes sense.
All right, let's move on. Yeah, I know it makes sense to you. Hey, last night, and I'll get into Mark Maron, who, by the way, I think he's a really great actor and a good stand-up. Big lefty, big woke lefty. So I have my issues with this son of a bitch, the bearded bundle of perpetual energy. But he's a talented guy, but he dislikes the people who dislike the feminist Barbie movie. We'll dive into that in just a second. And I must tell you, I have yet to see the movie, so my comment on the movie must be reserved. And I I must tell you, I got to see the movie. And
talking about Barbie?
Yes, it is. It's almost at $1 billion friggin' dollars. Yeah. It is a huge hit, and I will watch it because of Margot Robbie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
no other reason.
And so then I'll give you maybe this week. Then I'll give you my 2 cents next Saturday on whether this is as woke as some have said.
Hold on, you're going to go to the theater to watch this movie?
Yeah, why, as opposed to what?
As opposed to waiting for it to come out.
No. I do this as a public service for our listener
okay,
and our viewer of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and Rumble.com, so then I can report, because I have no idea where I stand on this until I see it. That's the honest to God truth. I need to see the damn thing to know whether it's as woke. And what I'm hearing is it's a big put down to males and all that. You know, which
I want to be a woman.
Yeah, which has been pretty much status quo in all of the TV commercials for the last 20 years. You know, man bad, female mother, she's the smart one, he's the big doofus.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to open this bag of briquettes, and then she, of course, knows how to do it. You know, I mean, guys, we have been thrown under a bus for a gazillion years, and it doesn't offend me. I mean, you know why? Because I look at it as parody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Tattoo
absolutely,
Dave?
absolutely. And I hear that the commentary is that they do make Ken out to be just a big, dumb, fumbling dummy.
Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. And it's not a cartoon, right? It's,
no, not at all.
Yeah. Well, good. So I get to see Margot.
I'm sure there's plenty of CGI in it.
Well, but as long as I get to see Margot Robbie in the flesh, that is one hot broad. Oh, yeah, I admit it. Oh,
Watch,
yeah.
what is it? Wolf of Wall Street.
Matt, what are you, a misogynist? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
What's their only job?
A female's only job?
Yeah.
To be hot.
There you go.
That's your to be hot.
She's damn good at it.
And by the way, you don't have to be as hot as a Margot Robbie to be hot. I mean, in this day and age, if you have the vajayjay and you're a biological female, my God, that is more than half the battle.
But
in my eyes, you're hot. Yes, Mark?
The females don't exist anymore.
No, well, I'll tell you, the woke want to erase.
Women.
I'm not making this up. The woke have been attempting to erase females, and I'll get to a story about that in just a second. About someone won, was it a soccer game?
No, it was golf.
Yeah, it was a female golf tournament, but it just happened to be a man who won the female golf tournament. And this continues on until more smart people are going to say, enough already, until we have that beautiful, people like that beautiful Italian running the beauty contest in Italy who said, no, biological females only in our beauty contest.
Yeah.
You know that the controversy some months ago about the man,
the swimmer,
who won the women's swimming contest.
Oh, hell yeah.
They blew that up on Facebook and said, make her famous.
The International Swimming Alliance has banned men from competing in women's swimming tournaments.
So what you're saying is slowly but surely,
They're getting the message.
Slowly but surely, the Marxism is slowly. So now we eliminated 20% of the Marxism. Listen, folks, we got 80% to go, to become America again.
It's a long trip.
But are you with me? It's worth the effort. Don't you agree, Tattoo Dave?
100%.
It's worth the friggin' effort. And speaking of effort and playing poker tremendously well, that was me last night at our monthly poker tournament at my buddy Chris's house. And I'm going to break this down because, believe me, I know the masses aren't into poker. So I'll distill this down and try to make it entertaining in less than 90 seconds. It's a poker tournament. We do it every month. The winner at it culminates to the top 8 or so,
Yes.
or whatever,
Yes.
at the end of the year, and then we compete, and then we win a bracelet.
And you've won 2.
I have? Okay, so I've won 2 bracelets, so I must know, something, or I lucked into it. No, not twice. So obviously I'm a pretty good poker player. Here's the deal. when it comes to tournaments versus cash games, two different animals. It's a and if you are a poker player, you know what I'm saying. It's completely different. Last night, I played so friggin' well. I took the right friggin', I agitated my competitors just enough. I was kicking ass. And here's what it came down to. This should take maybe 40 seconds.
Hey, you agitated me and I was at another table.
Well, here's what it came down to, Tattoo Dave, who, by the way, you're in the number 1, number 2, whatever the hell it is, in the top 8. And you obviously you'll be at the final table. Here's the deal. So. And obviously I most likely will. Now, here's the deal. Not one to boast. Here's the deal. Last night, up against Roman, my poker playing buddy, who has been on this show several times. I love him dearly. Yep. He plays with us on Wednesday nights. He bets whatever the hell it is. He's got a pair of 4s. I then go all in I'm a short chip stack. I go all in. He friggin' calls me. I've got something like ace, king suited. The flop is the nuts. The nuts for me. Yeah. I hit the friggin' nuts, which means all spades all the time. And then I go all in. That's when I go all in. He calls me because he has trip 4s. And before that last card is thrown, he says, pair the board. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, son of a bitch, it's Roman. He's going to pair the board. And he did.
Yep.
That's called a suck out, my friends.
Yep.
That's what we call a suck out.
That's my job.
When I flop the absolute nuts, ace high flush, he pairs the board, he wins. Now, fast forward about an hour later, I have kings. I now have a feasible stack, and I'm up against your favorite friggin' towel-wearing guy.
Hassan.
The great Hassan, who I love dearly. And this man now calls my all-in. I have pocket kings. Of course, I go all in.
He has
with
ace rag.
He's got, whatever the hell it is. And I have pocket kings. On the flop, I hit trip kings. I have a set of friggin' kings on the flop.
And he's talking like that.
And then at the last card, he hits a flush. 1 card flush. So the river in Texas Hold'em for me was not kind. No, that's and I wouldn't play it any differently.
No, nothing you could do. Nothing you could do.
Nothing I can do. I got I believe half a point, which is better than a kick in the head, but not better than winning the whole thing, which I was just all set to do.
Yeah.
So it was pissy. It was pissy. And for you poker fans.
Oh, yeah, we got the Dayton Destroyers in Ohio. I think they're probably at their poker game right now, if you're there.
What?
Hello.
Who are the Dayton Destroyers?
Remember the guys that chatted up that we play poker every Saturday. We listen to your show. They're the Dayton Destroyers, I think.
Are they Dayton, Ohio?
Yes.
Okay, because there's also a Dayton, Nevada, where my hippie uncle lives.
Yeah, no, Dayton, Ohio, and they have a poker game every.
Well,
Saturday.
don't say no like you're saying no. Dayton, Nevada is one of my favorite places on the planet.
I understand.
I've spent many times in the backyard of my Uncle Dick's double wide, looking up at the hills and enjoying life, smoking a stogie, drinking a great bourbon or a fine tequila.
We're gonna do that together.
Okay. Well, I don't. Here's the problem. I would love to do that with Tattoo Dave. I would love to take Tattoo Dave to visit my uncle out there in Dayton, Nevada, out in the belly of the beast of the desert in northern Nevada, where it's hot, but it's not humid this time of year. It's a great hot.
Yeah, dry heat.
I'll have to stay in a hotel.
It's a beauty.
You're not coming. I don't think I'd be able to handle it.
But the scary part about what Mark C.G. Boy just said, it is true.
True.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Dick's spousal equivalent will not allow him to stay there.
No.
Because he's a...
I'm a dipshit. Oh, sorry.
There he is. So that's a bleep. Okay, but yes. Yeah, and you are. But my point is, I would love to do that with Tattoo Dave and Mark, and because I know how much you love it in the backyard. I mean, that's really loving life, out in the back, smoking a stogie, drinking a bourbon, as Uncle Dick is over there smoking some great meats for dinner and fresh tomatoes from his garden. Nothing tastes like these tomatoes that you can find in the supermarket. I mean, gorgeous. It's a tomato the way a tomato. Remember as a child, remember how a tomato tastes?
Oh, yeah.
They don't taste like that anymore from a supermarket. No. They have no flavor. But that is living, loving life. And I would love to do that with Tattoo Dave.
Oh, his backyard is nice.
It's the most beautiful. In the belly. Is it not in the belly of a desert?
Yes.
It is desert for miles.
And you can watch the rabbits and
no, it's fun.
And the foxes.
And occasionally a rattlesnake will come up and bite you.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, that's things to look forward to.
Right up my alley.
And then his cat shows up once in a while.
Yeah, but
with the dead rattlesnake.
The deal is, here's what I wanted to distill down, is I'd love to do that with Tattoo Dave. I don't believe that will ever happen. Let me tell you why. Tattoo Dave brought his dog over the other day, and I love this dog, just the sweetest little, and he, sort of gnarling at me, and I said, Tattoo Dave, should I be scared? He said no, and so I put my hands out, and it's like, oh, you little, and I rubbing his head, and because I love dogs, and I love this little doggy. I don't believe you could leave that dog. That won't happen.
Guess what? The dog will come too.
All right. So that's I would suffice to say, I already put that together. The dog would have to come along. Yeah. Okay. Well, then maybe it's not out of the question.
No. Definitely not.
Well, we're in the month when I'm heading out there. So think about it. And by the way, you have no excuses.
Yeah, right now.
You have no excuses.
Thank you for the reminder.
Well, okay. Thank me for telling you the truth. The fact that you are part of this union strike, and because of this theatrical writers' movie strike here in Hollywood, you are not out there performing your duties, and so you have no excuse. Let's take the little doggy with us, and let's have a good. We'd be like a homosexual couple. Well, yeah, because, two guys, one with tattoos, a big guy, me, who is 6'1", but not, massively big, and with a dog?
I'll take the dog. You guys can have fun.
Yeah, if that ain't gay, I don't know what the hell is.
Stop it.
Oh, you big, beautiful boy.
So, Joker star Mark Maron, who I love that guy in that wrestling TV show.
The one with the women.
Oh, I love that. I love that show. I got a big kick out of it. He started to jump the shark at one point, but I loved as much as I watched. This dude says men who dislike the Barbie movie are effing insecure babies. I will watch it because I need to do this for you, the listener and viewer of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube and the greatest radio stations. But this guy is a podcaster as well, Mark Maron, absolutely loves feminist Barbie and has zero tolerance for men who don't care for the way the movie repeatedly bashes the male sex and obsesses over the patriarchy. Okay, I believe that would probably get on my nerves, but I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, and I love Margot Robbie. Any dude that can't take those hits in that movie, they really got to look in their pants and decide what they're made of. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a bunch of effing insecure babies. That's Mark Maron who said that.
Yeah, I mean,
he's loving this Barbie, and this is a recent TikTok video. I decided not to play it because who needs to hear from Mark Maron? I saw Barbie, and I thought it was a effing masterpiece, he said. And I don't throw that word around lightly, but Jesus Christ, he continued, the comedy about men is inspired, and the fact that certain men took offense to the point where they, tried to build a grift around it. It's so embarrassing for them. I mean, so embarrassing for them. Maron also praised Barbie's inclusion of progressive politics, of course. See, because Mark Maron is a big woke friggin' nutbag. I'm not saying he's an idiot. He's a smart guy, but he's on the left side of the aisle. I don't think he truly loves America. And I'm not even certain this guy is even an old school Democrat. but he says it's well executed in its context, completely engaging. And this movie, Barbie, has become the biggest studio hit of the summer, expected to soon pass the $1 billion mark in worldwide box office receipts.
It's pretty incredible.
I mean, that is... So, I gotta believe, Tattoo Dave and Mark C.G. Boyer, there must be something to this movie that's interesting for it to garner such box office receipts. And probably Margot Robbie. You know, the guys that watch it, but, you know, I think I probably will have a problem with that, because I've had problems for years with these TV commercials, and it's always the dumb guy with the most incredibly intelligent female in all of these TV commercials. You know, she knows how to make coffee correctly. He doesn't. He's a big douchebag. She isn't. So I do have a problem with that. But I think there's a shot that I can get past all that and simply like the movie. And that's why I need to watch it this week so I can report back to you next Saturday on the show.
All right.
I mean, don't you want to see this a little bit?
I won't go to the theater to see it, but I'll watch it when it comes out.
I have no desire to see it at all.
Yeah.
None.
Did I ask Mark?
Yes, you did. I heard it.
I don't believe I asked Mark. I don't believe I asked him the question.
HGTV has done a Barbie house. They bought a house in Santa Clarita.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, do it while the getting's good, man.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Well, it's over now. They restored it and whatever, and they're selling it. But
most Americans, speaking of your plight, Tattoo Dave, the fact you're in the movie industry, most Americans either don't care or are undecided about the Hollywood strikes. This poll, which is recent, I will jump into next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in this lonely hotel suite. The journey's long, and
Outlaw Laboratories. With over 200 research workers, academic staff, and PhD students worked around the clock 7 days a week for 9 years. And today, we deliver broadcasting from atomic scale components. 21st century technology, talk, stars, and subliminal messaging. Motivating, stimulating, mildly erotic, 24/7. Outlaw Radio.
Hey, thank you for doing what you're doing, which means you're, the other sundry items, you're listening to us.
They've torn Portland
all to pieces. My hometown, man, Portland, Oregon, used to be a great town.
Let Chicago go to hell.
City of Roses, Chicago, always had a great time in that town.
People leaving New York City like they rain fire bed.
Daughter getting the hell out of Midtown Manhattan because of this crap.
They call
Good for her.
themselves enlightened.
Yeah, it's too bad, though. I mean, it's just too bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's too bad. You got the greatest cities going up in flames because of idiots who are running them. It's as simple as that. If you simply conform to the laws that are on the books, we don't have this problem.
Right.
It's the laws. The laws.
Trying to change them.
You steal something from a store,
go to jail.
You friggin' apprehend them. You know, not unlike what went down here, man, at a friggin' mall, not 22 minutes away from where we do our thing. Just ripping it, just crash and grab and stealing crap. And
not only that, they're expecting you to work for these people and not have respect and want to defend them.
Yeah, right. And the security guard he's on video. You know, you see him there doing nothing because his hands are tied. Why should he do anything? And then right here, right in Beverly Hills, well, it's Beverly Hills adjacent.
Literally right next door.
But across the street from Dan Tana's, a place called Craig's, where I have frequented many, many times. I ran into Elton John there. The Larry King. I was going to say the great Larry King, but as far as softball questions, he was an interesting interviewer. He did a good job with Jerry Lewis. I watched that entire interview. One of Jerry's interviews when it came to him going out on the road with damn Yankees. But I talked to Lara there, and it's one of these hot spots, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, man, gun to the head. They're waiting for their car, and all their crap is stolen. Watches off the wrist, their wallets. Yeah. I'm just saying, a little law enforcement would be nice. And because it's Beverly Hills adjacent, it's not Beverly Hills Police, it's LAPD. You talk about overworked
and hamstrung.
Oh, my God. These folks just trying to do their gig. Who would want to be a cop today? Good damn luck. This latest poll, most Americans either don't care or are undecided about the old Hollywood strikes. And this hits Tattoo Dave where he lives. Yeah. He depends on,
it is my living.
Yeah, your livelihood is here in Hollywood. New poll says, while Americans support the striking Hollywood writers and actors more than the studios, a clear majority of Americans either do not care or feel ambivalent about the situation.
Yep.
Surveying 1,002 adult Americans, I don't know. How do you get a slice of Americana? I mean, the polling people will tell you, well, that's enough. I never bought it.
No.
It's 1,000. Anyway.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's the Los Angeles Times Ledger poll. I mean, it's LA Times, so I don't know. But this poll showed the striking writers and actors do not have majority support, even though 60% of those polls admitted they had somewhat, quote unquote, of an understanding of the grievances due to mass media coverage. Only 38% of Americans polled sympathize with the strikers, while just 7% sympathize with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. However, well over 50% of those polled said they either sympathized with both sides or didn't know where they stood.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, who gives an ass?
Did you hear what they did yesterday or the other day before yesterday?
Well, tell me.
They were striking, at Universal, there's big picket lines there.
Right.
They went out into Barham and blocked traffic. So now the commentary is, that's a good way to get us on your side by stopping us from trying to go where we need to go.
So they're learning from those friggin' ingrates in Europe,
Idiots.
these climate change dip asses trying to stop people from getting to work and make a living to put food on the table
Right.
for
If we're not
families.
working, why should you?
Yeah, right. So they're stopping traffic.
Yeah.
And
Just stupid idiots.
They think that's a good. Do you think that was organized or was it?
I think people just got out of
imbeciles?
hand, and then it just turned into everybody going into the street. Whatever happened, it was pure stupidity.
Yeah, it's idiocy.
You heard that?
And the general commentary now is Hollywood's been on strike for 4 months, and we'd rather watch YouTube and TikTok and reruns. We don't care. It just proves that we don't need Hollywood.
And by the way, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah,
you heard our lieutenant governor,
Mark C.G. Boyer,
sent an open letter to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Saying,
Oh, yeah.
please don't perform to show solidarity.
Right.
And what does she do?
Yeah.
She kicks ass. She's making money hand over fist.
Listen, let me just tell you.
And by the way, and say that Taylor Swift though, woke as hell. And what did I tell you several years ago?
Wants to be a movie star.
I said she wants to be a movie star. That's why she's going. She's so left these days because she wants to be in that alliance of Hollywood elite so she can become a movie star, while her father is a straight-thinking, loving America guy. I love Taylor Swift's dad. Taylor... But then it sort of blows in the face of her solidarity as a woke person performing, because once again it's NIMBY, not in my backyard. If I don't perform, I lose money.
Not only is she performing,
so it's not about her beliefs. It's about making a buck. Yeah, Tattoo Dave.
Not only is she performing here, but she's doing 6 shows in a row.
All sold out.
All sold out.
SoFi.
I went to Hollywood Park Thursday, not knowing that was her first opening night. Century Boulevard, it took me 40 minutes to get from the freeway to the casino.
Wow.
And I didn't know what was going on. Hollywood Park rented out their structure for SoFi parking.
Wow.
And I had to do a little maneuver to get in. It was crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the merch that she's selling.
Yeah.
They open up the sale of the merch a week before her appearance.
Yeah.
And it's lines around the block.
I got to tell you, though, she gave out, it was reported she gave out $55 million in bonuses this week to her entire crew.
Whoa. Stop it. 55 million?
$55 million. 100 grand to every truck driver. There's 55 of them. 100 grand bonus check, and everybody else in her offices, crew, everywhere, totaling $55 million.
Now, listen, I know Taylor Swift is worth an S-load of money, but $55 million?
Yep.
Okay.
She's approaching $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay. But still, $55 million?
Yes.
All right. Well, if she did good on that long-legged hussy, man. Boy, that's one long-legged gal, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't
she is pretty much a movie star. She's a star. I mean, what more does she want?
No. She's not a movie star because she's not in movies. It's like, I take great umbrage with those. A few years ago at a dinner at the Smokehouse restaurant across from Warner Brothers in Burbank, when I'm having to sit there with these woke folks, and this was... Oh, God, this was, 8 years ago at least, and Barack Obama was president, and one of the gals there at the table said, Barack Obama's a rock star. I said, no, he's not. Unfortunately, he's the president. I hate it when they call people a rock star.
Yeah.
No, you're a rock star if you're a rock star.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, true.
So you're a movie star if you're a movie star, and maybe Taylor has the chops. I don't know. I mean, in P.S., what does it take?
Well, broken every record. She's broken every record now.
Yeah, I don't hate her. To some extent, there have been a delayed impact on consumers from the work stoppage because there are still shows in the hopper for people to watch. So those that have already been done before the strike, over time, there could potentially be a little bit of a shift in public opinion away from striking workers, a little bit more frustration with them if they're still on strike 90 days from now, meaning now, which seems not a far-fetched possibilities, but opinions could shift. I don't know. I don't see that happening because, as Tattoo Dave pointed out, I think that most consumers of entertainment are now getting it from YouTube and Rumble.com and
reruns that are better shows than we can make now.
Well,
so it's, I can't say I disagree.
Yeah, watching Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, a much better show than most.
Yeah, and very well produced.
Spoken by Tattoo Dave, the producer. Hey, sound. Oh, God. The Tattoo Dave Show. You notice how loud that is, too, when he plays that? He makes sure that is as loud as it can possibly be.
It goes up to the tape.
Sound of Freedom surpasses Mission Impossible and The Flash at box office following the Trump endorsement. An enthusiastic endorsement by former President Donald Trump went on record as saying Sound of Freedom, great friggin' movie, has roared past the latest Mission Impossible sequel, as well as the superhero movie The Flash at domestic box office, cementing its position as the surprise box office hit of the summer. Yeah, Sound of Freedom, there's no way this should be a huge box office hit, but I think that tells you where, and now we're finally getting there, where
people's heads are at.
Not a vast majority, but where Americans' heads are.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
Where they're just, it's like enough already.
That's a movie I really do want to see, actually.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Sound of Freedom?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to see that. Yeah, I should be wanting to see that before that friggin' Barbie effing movie.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
But
158 million worldwide.
And a movie that cost him like $13 million. Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeousness. Jim Caviezel, God bless you.
Yeah.
We will have Jim on the show, by the way. He is the only reason Jim Caviezel is not on the show today is because of the strike. He's an actor. He's part of that whole thing.
So
even though he's not. What, Mark?
So he can't do an interview because of
I've been meaning to tell you this, Mark.
Yes.
And I wanted to tell you this off the air, but I guess since we're on the air, I'm going to tell you this now. Stop beginning each sentence with and stop saying the word Now, I'm telling you this so you remember every time you say just think, I'm a big dip ass.
Okay.
All right? Because it's a crutch of yours, and we all have crutches. I have my crutches. I catch my crutches. I try not to use verbal crutches, but your thing has
driving you nuts.
It's finally just my last nerve.
Okay.
Moana star Auli Cravalho. Cravalho. Sounds like crevice and hole. Says Hollywood doesn't have enough diversity. I really don't feel famous. Now, if you don't know this gal, she's Moana star Olili Cravalho, a 22-year-old Hawaiian native who was 14 when she was cast in the 2016 Disney animated film, says she doesn't feel famous and wants to see more representation in Hollywood. What a crybaby. She doesn't feel famous?
I've never even heard of her.
So friggin' what?
Or that dumb movie.
No, but the fact that this is an issue, that she doesn't feel famous, and we're supposed to cry over this?
Who's the idiot dipstick that let her say it and put it out?
I really don't feel famous, Cravalho told Yahoo Entertainment. I get a fair amount of advice, but I've learned to only ingest the nuggets of information from people I know and trust. I've learned to not take everyone's advice. She recently received steady voice acting work since her debut in Moana and screen acting roles starring as Ariel in the live TV adaptation of The Little Mermaid and the Netflix film All Together Now. She recently made her debut at London's Theatre Royal Drury Lane playing Evita as Evita in concert. She recently joined the actors and writers strike in Hollywood, added that she hopes the strikes will create broader discussions about diversity in film and TV, specifically when it comes to women, racial minorities, and members of the, wait for it, LGBTQIAAP2S plus community. No, I didn't make that up.
Give it up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a long way to go, the actress insisted. I hope to see more South Asian representation as well. Of course, more native Hawaiian representation. Everyone deserves a... Hold on, my headphone just got really loud.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing over there.
Everyone deserves a fair deal and fair compensation. It's not about deserving. We get what we deserve. When those who say that football player or baseball player or hockey player makes gazillions of dollars, they don't deserve that. I am the first one to speak up and say, why? Why? And they will say, well, that's one person. Why do they, why don't they give that money to charity? And then I will say, shut the F up. You, my friend, are a moron.
Yeah.
They don't have to do what you feel that they should do because you know better than them. Now, I'm not saying, don't give money to charity. I think it's a great thing. I give money to charity. I have no money to give to charity, but when I did, I give money to charity. But these idiot sticks who say, well, making $100 million a year as a baseball player for the Dodgers, that's BS. They don't deserve it. You're wrong. You're wrong. Whatever you make, whatever you can get, whatever that boss will pay you, you deserve.
There's an Angel player that is once in a century. He's a great pitcher, and he's got 40 home runs so far this year. He will make a fortune when he goes free agent next year.
Good. I've never had jealousy toward people who make money. I only am happy for them because I've always wanted to be that person. We'll be this after back on Magic Man's Outlaw Radio.
Return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Yeah! All right, Nobel Prize-winning scientist gets canceled for what he just said about climate change. Esteemed physicist Dr. John Clossett, who holds multiple degrees from California Institute of Technology, Columbia University, won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2022, but that's before they knew what he was about to say, you see. That's the way that works.
There's a catch.
As a scientific expert, Clauser does not believe there is a man-made global warming crisis. Well, you would learn that from this show, only because we're about the facts. Doesn't sit well with left-wing climate friggin' activists, nimrods. I don't believe there's a climate crisis, Clauser explained. The world we live in today is filled with misinformation. Yes, 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 and yes, all coming from the woke left, Dr. Clauser. You smart son of a bitch. It's up to each of you to serve as judges, distinguish. What he's saying is separate truth from falsehood based on accurate observations of phenomena. In my opinion, there is no real... Why is there a conversation over there? Off the mic with Billy and Mark C.G. Boyer.
I'm not saying. I didn't.
Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you how that happens. Because Mark cares about the food that Billy's making out in the backyard more than the show itself, and that's the truth.
I told Billy to shut up.
You shouldn't have to say anything.
Well,
does he not know there's a show going on? God bless him. I don't believe there's a climate crisis, Clauser explained. The world we live in today is full of misinformation. It's up to you to differentiate. In my opinion, there is no real climate crisis. Dr. Clauser, who won, of course, the big old award nearly a year ago, he says there is, however, a very real problem with providing decent standard of living to the world's large population and an associated energy crisis. The latter is being unnecessarily exacerbated by what, in my opinion, is incorrect climate science. Those who deny global warming often face extreme ridicule and are subject to censorship and cancellation. I have people in my life who I know who will say, well, it's already been settled. Okay, you, my friend, are an I want to say it, idiot.
Don't say it.
You're an idiot. It's not settled. You are a stupid friggin' lemming. You are one of them ducks. Falling in lockstep with the rest of these idiot sticks that believe that this is a real crisis, existential crisis. You believe in that idiot son of a bitch who happens to be occupying the Oval Office. In 2022, a peer-reviewed study from climate experts was published showing several unsubstantiated claims about apocalyptic, because it's got to be apocalyptic. Of
course.
Otherwise,
it's not fair.
Well, no, they can't. No, otherwise, they can't scare people. It's about scaring the citizens. And it's pure BS. And this Dr. Clauser, Nobel Prize winning Dr. Clauser, you think there's a chance he'd win that Nobel Prize today?
Never.
That he won a year ago?
Never. They should take it back.
Not a chance in hell. Mark, I'd love your mic up. Come on, Dave. Work with me, man.
A paper.
Yeah?
At a conference, climate change conference, showing how the science and the reports don't match the facts.
Because they don't.
Of course they don't.
And they decided that he wasn't going to be allowed to present.
Why?
Wow.
Wait a second. He was canceled?
He was canceled.
Oh, canceled.
Oh, good.
They said, he's not canceled. We're just postponing his presentation.
Yes.
Of course.
These are, starts with an M, ends with an S, Marxists. Yep. These are bad people. Freedom of speech.
Science.
You will always...
Yeah.
No. Science only when it works for them.
Science is supposed to be about dissension. That's how science progresses.
Because it's not decided, and you're correct. It's all about the progression. We learn this, we learn this.
Wait a minute.
100 years from now, we learn this, and that was wrong.
Yep.
That's science.
Oops.
The only scientific theory of the last 150 years
that is held up,
has been proven correct
Yes.
is Einstein.
Is
everything he predicted in 1905 and 1915 has been proven.
All right, I'm not even buying that. Hey, Tattoo Dave, thank you, bud.
Thank you, sir.
My buddy out there grilling up some hot wings and only 2 burgers, because that's all. Mark only provides 2 burgers for about 8-9 people. Billy Dilly, my buddy Mark C.G. Boyer, my brother Mark, who is not here today. I will continue to be Magic Matt on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Come on, subscribe.
Please, do it.
No, I'm not going to beg.
I'm doing it.
But what does it hurt? And great radio stations throughout the nation. Please don't forget, throughout the week, let this be a haunting reminder of the good things in life. When you remember, bumblebees can't fly.
form a more perfect union, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Form a more perfect union, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United